Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you. My name is Lindsay Tompkins, and I am a social media trainer, speaker, and corporate consultant. And we are going to talk today about how to utilize Facebook for your Sunwriter business. I am so excited and honored to be here with all of you to help you grow your businesses online. So not only am I a social media expert, I've actually been in the direct sales and network marketing for the last decade. I wrote the social media chapters for the book Direct Selling for Dummies, and I have worked with dozens of companies across North America. So not only do I get social, I get exactly what you're going through as a direct seller and as an IBO with Sunwriter. So let's get into our training today. I know so many of you are probably so excited. You know, if this sounds like something that you'd be interested in, and if you are trying to grow your virtual business, this is absolutely the training for you. So not only are we going to cover a lot of information about Facebook and how to tie in all the different areas, you're going to walk away with an understanding of how to market online, how to sell, and also how to use it as a communication tool. So get ready, make sure that you have your notebook, you have your pen, download even the Otter app. It's OTTER. It's an amazing app that you can put on your phone that will actually even transcribe a lot of what I'm saying. I want you guys to really pay attention and listen to all the strategies that you can implement. Now, if you are brand new to social media, I want you to pick one or two things from this presentation to start implementing right away. If you're fairly familiar with social media or you're looking to really dig in deep to it, this entire training is definitely going to be of benefit to you. You're going to get so many different steps and systems and strategies that you can utilize in your current virtual business. So whether you are brand new or seasoned, this training has something for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we are going to talk about some common questions that I hear when I am on stage, whether I'm on a webinar or from my courses. I want you to jot these down and say, yes, this is me. These are some of the questions that I have. We're going to answer them throughout this presentation. So maybe you have questions like, Lindsay, how do I even use social media to build my business? Maybe you feel really overwhelmed and confused. You're not quite sure how to show up online. You're watching other people and you just don't know how to really turn your business into an income producing activity. And that is going to be really, really important and something that we focus on throughout this training as well. It's not going to be just how to grow your influence and your engagement online. It's going to be, how do I actually really build a business? And how do I start increasing my sales and growing my team? Another question that I hear most often is, how do I use my personal page without annoying my friends and family? So utilizing your personal page to talk about your Sunwriter business and to really share your lifestyle is actually a really important part of the strategy. We're going to talk about it. I know that some people don't feel super comfortable with making their personal profile public, but we're going to get to that in some ways around that. But even if you are using it, how do you not annoy the people that are there just to actually connect with you? Another question, I'm not getting any engagement on my business page. Do I really need it? With our business pages on Facebook being at almost 0% organic reach, I totally understand why this is a very common question. We do have really important uses for our business page, and I'm going to share that with you. And I promise you, it is going to be easier than you ever thought. Another question I get is, how do I grow a Facebook community without forcefully inviting and adding people that I don't know? This goes back to not cold messaging people that you don't know and not working with cold leads. In fact, there's really no such thing as a cold lead, because a lead is somebody who wants to do business with you. A cold lead would be somebody like a follower or somebody that you know, or somebody that you're just friends with on Facebook or you're trying to connect with on Facebook. The people that want to do business with us are our warm and hot leads. And this is who you're going to want to have in your private Facebook community. Plus, we'll talk about why that community is important in just a minute. Another question I often get is, how do I come up with content? Especially, how do I come up with content for all of these different areas of not only Facebook, but also we have Instagram and Pinterest or TikTok, you have Clubhouse now. There's so many different platforms out there, LinkedIn, Twitter. How do I know which ones to use and how do I come up with consistent content for that? And how do I get people to actually buy? You know, we're not in this just for a hobby or because we want to become Instagram famous. We are in this business and we are trying to bring our businesses virtually so that we can actually see an increase in our income so that we can build the business that we want. And so how can I make sure that it is income producing and I have a return on the time that I'm spending there? This is going to be the same for all of your IBOs as well. This is why I really love teaching a duplicable system when it comes to social media marketing. That way, everybody on your team can be doing the same daily tasks and habits every day. It's much easier to coach, and then you all are working towards the exact same goals. So before we get into the strategy, I want to talk about some of the top mistakes you might be making. These are really common, so don't let yourself get hard on yourself or feel down if you are making some of these mistakes. It's okay, we've all been there. What I want you to do is just moving forward, I want you to remove some of these habits or actions from your daily mode of operations with your business. Number one, you are cold messaging people you don't know. I love the phrase and the mentality in the industry of go for no in terms of it sometimes can take 9 no's before you get a yes. But imagine you could spend your time actually just getting more yeses. One of the things about go for no that I don't particularly love in terms of a strategy or a mentality or a mantra is that it requires us to reach as many people as possible. I want you reaching quality people. I want you reaching out to people who actually want to do business with you and have an interest in what it is that you offer. So some of the mistakes that you might be making is that you're cold messaging people, that you're reaching out to strangers and then you're coming off maybe spammy or salesy. And then do you know what? You're really just wasting your time. I'd rather you spend an hour a day with qualified leads than 5 hours a day messaging random people you don't know, hoping that something is going to stick. Another mistake that you might be making is you're only sharing products on your personal wall or your personal profile. So what we want to do and make sure on our personal profile is that not only are we sharing about the business, and I'm going to share how to do that in a way that doesn't come off as you being too businessy. We also want to use attraction marketing. We want to use showing off the lifestyle because people do business with people they want to be friends with. And so if you're only posting things like putting in an order or sign up now, or here's a link to my website, these are things that we want to get off of our personal feeds. And those are going to be more in our one-on-one conversations. Another mistake that you might be making is you're not utilizing real estate on your personal page. There's actually quite a few areas on your personal Facebook page that are amazing for sharing and promoting your business. And a lot of us are doing that. When I come to most of your pages, it looks like just that, a personal Facebook page. But if I don't know that you're in business, how can I do business with you? Think about it. Maybe you are walking down the street and there's a brick and mortar store. If they didn't have a logo or a sign up or any marketing in the window, you may think that's someone's home and not necessarily a business. When people come to our Facebook page, we want them to know right away that we are absolutely in business and we want them to understand what value we can offer them. So we're going to talk about that too today. Another mistake a lot of people make is you are not making your business page a pseudo website that has value for your customer instead of only pumping up your authority. Now, what I mean by that is it's not just about who am I and why should you do business with me? It's why do you need to do business with me at all? What is the problem? What is the solution? Sometimes people aren't even aware of the problems that they have. Have you ever heard of the quote, people just don't know what they don't know? This is why it's really important that your business page is talking about valuable information like tips and tutorials and even just information about the products and of course the business opportunity. So we're going to talk about that as well because like I mentioned, I know that organic reach is down significantly on the business page, and you may be feeling like you just want to give up on it altogether. I promise you there are amazing strategies and steps that we can take there that will make it a lot easier on our business. Another mistake that you might be making is you're adding people to a Facebook community and you're just inviting them and you don't even know who they are. As I mentioned in one of the other questions on the previous page, it's really important that we're working with warm and hot leads. And I'm going to show you how to actually attract people to your Facebook community. Not only will you never have to send another invite again, people will actually be requesting to join your community. They'll almost be begging for it. That way, when they do come to your Facebook group, you will know that this person is a hot and qualified lead for you to reach out to talk about the products in the business. So you don't have to spend, as I mentioned, that time cold messaging people you don't know and begging them to join your Facebook group or check out what it is that you have to offer. Another top mistake that you might be making is you're just not teaching. As I mentioned before, it's not just about who am I and what is the lifestyle that I'm living, but here's what I can teach you. Here is the value that I bring. You are not just somebody who offers products. You are somebody who also offers a service and an expertise. How can you teach people about why they need your products and why your products are important? Another mistake that you might be making is you're not utilizing Facebook Live. I wish that I was live here with all of you and I could see all of you in a room, because I would definitely ask how many are utilizing Facebook Live. And I'm sure it'd be very similar to a lot of the events that I'm at, is that I would get a handful of hands, maybe about half the room, and everyone else's hands would be down. I'd ask at that portion of the presentation, shout out some reasons why you're not going live on Facebook. And all of them are usually the same or typical answers. I feel like I just don't know enough. I'm afraid. I don't have the confidence. Usually it's about our self-doubt and our perfectionism that's really holding us back. Facebook Live is really great to add to your Facebook strategy if you haven't already. The algorithm absolutely loves it. And that's something really important as well. If you're not really familiar with the algorithm, we're not actually going to go too much into it today, but the algorithm is essentially what Facebook decides or chooses to show you in your own newsfeed. And it's going to be the same for everybody that follows you as well. So is your content going to show up in the newsfeed of somebody else's profile? And so that is what the algorithm is what are the likelihood and what are the chances of my content reaching people? Now, there's some things that we know about the algorithm, but a lot of it is also proprietary. But we do know the more engagement a post gets, so likes or reactions, comments, shares, or messages from it directly from that post, we know the better off our content is going to be, and it's going to show up usually and typically more often in our followers and friends' news feeds. Facebook Live is, as I mentioned, really great for the algorithm to help trigger it to start pushing more of your content out. When it comes to the algorithm, sometimes we need to listen to what Facebook or what Instagram is asking of us. Right now, Facebook is pushing video and audio more so than they ever have before. And Facebook groups is another really important strategy within that. Like I mentioned, we will talk about that later. But Facebook Live is really important and is something that you do need to adopt into your strategies. I promise you, the more you practice, the better you will get. It is okay to start something new and not be super strong or confident in it. You will get better with consistency. And another mistake is you're not getting involved in communities. You're not using social media for what it's really intended to be. And that is for people to be social. You know, social media was never constructed to be for businesses. Now, obviously, they have a whole monetization through Facebook ads that allow Facebook and, other platforms like Instagram to keep running. However, we still need to be social. And what I see a lot of people do is they just interact on their own page, but they don't actually go out there and see the people. This is called network marketing also for a reason. It's important that we do network and we grow our circle of influence. And this you can do directly on Facebook, regardless of, where you are in the world or, what the pandemic looks like and where you are at. Connecting with people online is one of the fastest ways to grow your business. But how can you find new leads for your Sunwriter business? You have to go out there and get involved. So it's joining other Facebook groups, it's checking in with other communities. It's making sure that you are going out there and starting conversations. We're not just sitting around and waiting for people to come to us. We are active in our own business. Another mistake is you're not following up. So a lot of the times people will be commenting on, let's say, for example, you're now utilizing Facebook Live. Anytime somebody comments or even likes one of your posts, especially if it has to do with your Sunwriter business, these are people you absolutely must follow up with. This is where you're going to want to bring that one-to-many content, for example, like a Facebook Live, meaning I am speaking to a large group, to a one-on-one conversation. The one-on-one conversation is where you're gonna be able to convert them and close, whether it's bringing them on as a customer or as an IBO. And so it's really important that you are consistently following up, not only just with people that engage with you, but you can also use social media to complete your 2+2+2 method, to follow up after 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months when you have worked with somebody new in your business. And number 10, a top mistake is you don't have any TLC. So what is TLC, you ask? TLC is traffic, leads, and conversions. I want you to write this down. My business needs some TLC. So let's talk about traffic. So what does traffic mean? Every single day, I want you to follow this TLC formula. First off, you need to drive the right people to your own profiles, groups, or website. Just like I was talking about getting out there and seeing the people by utilizing Facebook groups as an example, we want to make sure that we are always finding new people and driving them towards us. So that could be going into Facebook groups and connecting with other people. It could be maybe you are on Instagram and you're doing an Instagram live with somebody else, maybe another business owner or another creator. That's a really great way to really expose your business to new people, is when you partner up with others. Look at other people that are in different businesses but maybe similar industries that would have this similar audience to yours. Those are great people to connect with. Maybe it's local or it could even be virtual online, as I mentioned. So number one is when you're looking at your social media and you're wanting to build this into an income producing activity, you need to have traffic. How can I find more people? The next thing that you're going to need are leads. This is turning a follower into someone who wants to do business with you. As I mentioned, there's really actually no such thing as a cold lead. A cold lead is no longer a lead. A lead is someone who wants to do business with you, so they are warm or hot. We need to make sure that we are qualifying our leads and we're nurturing them along a sequence. What I mean by this is, say we're doing a Facebook Live and we're attracting people towards our page, whether it's reaching organically on Facebook or we're connecting in a Facebook group, and then we're making friendships, and then they're coming to our page to watch our Facebook Live. As soon as they engage with that Facebook Live or they watch it, then they are becoming a lead. They may not be a super hot lead at that point, but we at least know that they have an interest in the business. We're going to talk about how to really create and generate those leads in just a minute, but those are really important. Do you actually have leads in your business? And number 3, that C in TLC, is conversions. These are also known as closing conversations. What I often see is that people are really great at attracting online. So they show up and they market their business, they really promote the lifestyle. And so they are in the attract mindset, but they often don't transition into the act mindset. And when we are in an action mode, we are generating leads and we're having those one-on-one conversations that we can close and convert a lead into somebody that is doing business with us. So those are really important, this TLC. So I'm going to show you now throughout the rest of this presentation how to utilize this TLC method to grow your business utilizing Facebook. So this is where what I have created, the Facebook funnel, comes in. So by learning to use your personal page, your business page, a Facebook group, and we can also add events in there in your Facebook group, and private messages as a part of one strategy, not only do you save time, but you are able to quickly build leads who turn into customers. So let's take a look at what this looks like. So this is why it's called a funnel, because we are going to bring in people from one place in our Facebook platform, and we are going to slowly or quickly lead them throughout what I have called a funnel. Every time somebody transitions to the next phase of the funnel, they're becoming a more qualified lead. This means they are more likely to do business with you. And then we go back to this TLC here. It means that we now have a lead that we can convert. These are the people that I want you to spend time messaging every single day, not messaging cold people. Okay, so let's use an example of how this might play out so we can really understand the funnel in action. So number one, your personal page. So the way to attract people here to see who we are and get to know us is by engaging. So when we look back at that TLC method, the first part is traffic. Let's say, for example, in the morning, one of the first things you do is, okay, I need to develop new traffic towards my page. How am I going to do this? You could do this in a variety of ways, from posting maybe on Instagram and utilizing hashtags. Maybe other people are tagging their friends in your posts. But I would say for most of us, if we're not really savvy online or we don't have a large following, it's going to be us going out into other communities. So what I suggest is having anywhere from 2 to 4 groups that you are actively a part of. Now, I know you might be a part of many, many more groups than that. I think the average person is a part of at least around 100 groups on Facebook, but we obviously don't see all of the posts or all of the content there. But I want you to be actively engaged in around 2 to 4. These groups should have people that are similar to your ideal customer. Now, they don't necessarily have to deal with your product or industry, for example, but you're just looking at, okay, who is my ideal person and what are they also interested in? That could look something like maybe a fitness group, it could be a gardening group, or it could be something like a parenting group. Being actively involved in these communities is going to allow you to network with new people and lead people towards your personal page. Because most of us are going to be in groups as our personal profile, then people that like what we have to say or feel that they are building a relationship with us, they will go to our pages and add us as a friend. Or you may even initiate that. You may see somebody post something in a group and you think, wow, this is somebody that I would really love to be connected to, and you send them a friend request. You can send them a follow-up message that says something like, hey, Sarah, I saw your post in the gardening group and I just wanted to say, X, Y, and Z, something, compliment her about what she said. Get into a conversation. Let your business come up organically. So your personal page is where you are going to talk more about your lifestyle and who you are as a person. That way we can focus on, as I mentioned, we have those 2 steps within TLC is attract and then act. This is going to be the attraction part. People are going to, quote unquote, creep your personal profile. That is if you have it public. The reason why I suggest having your personal profile public is that the algorithm is much better on your personal profile. Meaning anything you post there, the likelihood of it showing up in somebody else's newsfeed is significantly higher than something that you post to your business page. Now, if you are a very private person or there are different types of things that you post that you don't want everybody seeing, for example, maybe your kids or grandkids or anything to do with your family, then you can actually create custom lists on Facebook where you can hide those types of posts. So if I wasn't your friend and I came to your page and I was looking around, then I don't have to necessarily see content or photos or statuses that you don't feel comfortable with me seeing. Another really important tip that I think is important to mention here is that you can also hide your friends list. Hiding your friends list on your personal profile is really great because it protects the list that you are building. That way, if I came to your Facebook page, whether or not I am your friend, I could be not your friend, or we could be connected on Facebook, I cannot see your full friends list. This is really important because we want to protect our friends and the people that we have on that list from getting poached by other people, because we know that people do that. They will go to other people's profiles. They're like, hey, this is, one of my customers, or this is somebody I would love to do business with. I'm going to go ahead and go through their friends list and start adding everybody to my page as well. We don't want to do that. It is spammy and it can come across as way too direct and aggressive. And so we want to have more organic and natural friendships, relationships, and conversations. And so this is where that hiding your friends list comes in. So your personal profile is where you're going to talk more about who you are. We know that people do business with people they know, like, and trust, essentially people they want to be friends with. So when somebody comes to your page and they realize that I really like this person and I trust this person, they're going to be more likely to move on to the next phase, which is to check out your business page. So on your personal page, under your work and occupation, you can have your business page linked there. And what's awesome about that is somebody who's come to your page, again, going back to the example, you went into the gardening group today and you were connecting and you made a new connection and a new relationship or a friendship. That person is going to go to your page and they're going to see, wow, this person is in business for themselves and they teach people how to, live a healthier lifestyle or live the best life possible. And they see that you have a business page. Then they're going to click there and they're going to be able to go look up your business page and all the content that you've posted there. So on your business page now, we need to make sure that if they're there, we need to nurture them and build interest. As I mentioned, the Facebook business page, the reach is extremely low. It's pretty much zero. In fact, in 2017, Facebook came out and said Facebook business page organic reach would be about 0%, calling it Facebook zero, which meant that people would have to spend money on Facebook ads to really get their content seen. So maybe you've been posting to your business page and you haven't got a lot of likes or comments, and it's been frustrating and defeating. You are absolutely not alone. But what I want you to do on your business page still is post consistently about the business. You actually don't really need to even follow the 90-10 rule. So those of you that are familiar with the 90-10 rule is on your business page to post 90% about the lifestyle and only 10% about the business. I would say that this is not the best strategy for your Facebook business page. And here's why. If we know that reach is down to almost zero, that means that most people aren't going to see your content. So if somebody does land on your business page, it's because they're looking for more information. Let's say you follow a local restaurant in your area and they have a Facebook business page and you follow that account. Now, because of the algorithm, you most likely aren't going to see anything that they post in your newsfeed. But let's pretend you have a friend coming into town and they want to go somewhere for dinner and you think of that restaurant and you go, I should go look at their Facebook business page to see what time they open at, if they take reservations, and maybe what their special is tonight. If you went to that Facebook business page and there was a 90% lifestyle, so maybe it was mostly posts and content about the people who own the restaurant, about their life, about their family, or maybe they're posting photos of, a walk they went on, or maybe their dog. Are you going to spend time searching for that 10% information about the restaurant and what the menu is and what time it opens? Absolutely not. You're actually probably going to think that you landed on the wrong page. People are not going to spend all of that time sorting through your content to find what it is that they're interested in learning or finding out about the business. And so that is why your business page should be, as I mentioned, kind of like a pseudo website. It should be focused mainly on your business and providing them with the tools and how to buy from you, how to shop with you, and what it is that you offer, walking through the product lines and really teaching them about Sunrider and your services. So again, I met you on the Facebook group this morning in our gardening group. You sent me a friend request and I went to your page and I was really intrigued. You were talking about different tutorials, you were being inspiring on your personal profile, and I saw that you are actually a business owner. So I went and checked out your business page. Now I'm able to see exactly what you do. The goal from here is to then get people into your Facebook community. So this is turning a follower or somebody just looking around your social media platform into a lead by integrating them into your business. This is why I absolutely love Facebook groups. Everyone who comes here, you know, then is a qualified lead because they've checked out your personal profile. They may or may not have been to your business page, but they are joining your group because they're absolutely interested in learning more about what it is that you do and how they can get more involved. Then from your group, the next part of the funnel is everyone who joins your group, you send a private message. You welcome them to the group. You ask them if they have any questions. And especially if they're engaging in the group and they're commenting on the different posts that you're doing, it's important to move those people into a one-on-one private conversation so you can convert and close them by bringing them on as a customer or supporting them as one of your new IBOs. So let's break this down a little bit more so we can understand what each of the different aspects of Facebook are important for. So number one, we have our personal page, as I mentioned. So this is going to be the place to show off who you are and what you do. People will be led here from the communities you engaged in. Plus, the algorithm is better on your personal page. This is why it's most important. This is where people are going to be getting to know you and building that likability. This is why on your personal page, when it comes to content, I love doing some Facebook Lives there because we know that that boosts the algorithm. I love doing inspiring posts because people do business with people that they're inspired by. I love talking about the lifestyle while integrating the products. And then I love sharing just about my life and what it is that I'm up to. I'm always trying to be positive and motivational and inspiring because that is what's really going to connect people to me and allow them to have a really good feeling about me. As I mentioned, if you don't feel comfortable with using your personal page, you will combine the strategies here with the ones for your business page. So if you feel absolutely, I do not want to be using my personal page, even though I know I can customize lists for people to see certain content, and I can also hide my friends list, then what you would do is you would go to more of that. I wouldn't even say 90-10 rule. I would say maybe something more along the lines of 60-40 on your business page that you would be sharing about your lifestyle and who you are, and also about the business. But I do highly suggest utilizing your personal page within this strategy. So let's take a look again at the business page. This also, guys, is a screen that I suggest either taking a photo of or taking a screenshot. So as I mentioned, treat your business page like a pseudo website. The organic reach is very low, but it's important to populate your business page with information that will build interest for your Sunrider business. If people end up on your business page, they are looking for answers to their problems. Another reason why it's important to consistently do this, now you don't need to be posting every single day to your business page. I do suggest checking in every day with your personal page, but when it comes to your business page, once or maybe even twice a week is perfectly acceptable. The reason why you want it to be consistent is that if somebody goes to your page, let's say for example, in the month of July, but everything you're posting is about the holiday season, they may think that you are what? No longer in business, or they at least think that you're not very consistent with your business. And everything that we do is a recruiting seed or is a seed for the opportunity. If people don't think that we take our business seriously, why would they ever want to join us as an IBO? Our Facebook group, this is really the sweet spot of your Facebook strategy. Why? Because the first two portions of the funnel, the personal page and the business page, is all about building the interest and marketing the business. The group is almost like you've got them to walk into your store. So your personal page is like you're out and about in the community and people are getting to know you and like you, and they find out that you own a business. So then they're now seeing your business marketing and they're like, wow, she owns this really cool restaurant or this really cool shop. I want to go check that out. Of course, we want to get them into the business, into the store, so that they have a better chance of actually buying from us and becoming one of our customers or IBOs. This is going to be like your group. I want you to think about your group like it's your personal store on Facebook. Facebook also loves groups right now and communities, and it's part of the strategy that they are really pushing. I know that they're going to be releasing even more benefits with groups. So it's important that if you don't have one, that you consider starting one. Even if you don't have a lot of people that you're connected with, even having 10 people in a group can be extremely beneficial for your business. So start with your current customers, reach out to them and let them know that you started a new Facebook group that you would absolutely love for them to be a part of. That way you can help keep them accountable on their journey as a customer and teach them new things and about the products. This is a really great way also to do a follow-up within your group, to run challenge groups, which we will talk about in just a little bit as well, to sell to many people and to convert leads. Like I mentioned, if the first two parts are about marketing, this stage is really about selling. You're not going to have to spend a lot of time marketing in your group because they are already qualified leads. You're going to be able to talk specifically about the products and the programs and the opportunity in your group. You don't have to worry about lifestyle or making sure that you're coming up with all this extra content. And then finally, we have private messages. So private messages are an amazing place to convert and close leads, especially for closing new IBOs. As I mentioned, once people join our group, we want to send a one-on-one communication or a direct or private message to them, welcoming them there and then seeing where we can help them. Okay, so let's break this down into examples. So one of the things that I mentioned earlier on is that one of the mistakes that you're making is that you're not using prime real estate on your personal page to promote your business. So this is what I'm talking about here. So this is a snapshot, an example of my personal Facebook page. Now, one of the most important parts of your Facebook page is your cover photo. So this is a large photo that's behind that little circle with me. A great idea is to use this cover photo to lead people to join your Facebook group. So when we go back even to the way that the funnel is laid out, we connect on our personal profile, they go check out our business page, and the goal is to get them into our group. One thing to mention and note here is that people can absolutely skip the business page portion. Now, you're not going to say that to them, oh, you can skip checking that out, but they may just intuitively do that. And in reality, we want people to get into the group as quickly as possible. As I mentioned, these people are your warmest and hottest leads because they're saying, hey, I want to come into your store. And so you wouldn't stop somebody coming into your brick and mortar store and say, but did you see my ad in this magazine first? Or did you check out my business page? No, you would absolutely let them into the store. This is the exact same thing, or the mentality that we should have with our Facebook group and communities. So our cover photo should help lead people directly there. So let's look at mine, for example. My cover photo says, calling all solopreneurs. So these are entrepreneurs that work alone, traditionally network marketers, direct sellers, coaches, etc. So calling all solopreneurs, click here for free social media and business training. So let's say, for example, that you go to my business page right now, and maybe you don't know me. You're going to see this. You're going to see right away exactly what it is that I do. And that sort of subtitle, click here for free social media and business training, may be pretty enticing to you. So you can actually create something that looks just like this on your own pages. Instead, you could say, click here, calling all busy moms, or calling all burnt out corporate executives. Click here for herbal products made with natural ingredients to support health and wellness. That way that people know right away when they come to your page that you are in business and they're seeing that there's something that you can offer to them. Now, what's cool about this is that where it says click here, that's not actually a clickable button, but when somebody clicks on that image, it will open it up and you'll be able to see a caption on the side. So just like when you add a caption to a photo. So somebody will click that and it'll say click here. It will read then in the caption beside it, hey, solopreneur, tired of doing everything alone in your business? Need a community of like-minded people to bounce ideas off of and get access to training you need to succeed? Then join my Facebook group to get started. And then I linked my Facebook group there, the Solopreneur. Free training and paid options as well for people who are serious about leveling up. So people know that they can join. They don't need to become a customer of mine. They don't need to pay anything to be there. It's completely free, but there are paid options as well. And so this is something that you could do for your business and just take this, sort of script here and just adjust it to fit exactly what it is that pertains to you in your Sunrider business. So let's go back to here. So we have our cover photo. This is that business billboard, and that is how I want you to think about it. This is your personal billboard. So on your personal page, as well as on your business page, you want to utilize something like this that is leading people towards your Facebook group. The reason why I don't love leading people towards a website is that we can't track that. We don't know how many times somebody's gone to our website in a day and decided not to make a purchase, or, they're sitting on the fence about the opportunity. But when people join our group, we do know that. And it's easier for us to keep track of who our leads are. Remember, people that you have on your Facebook personal page are not your leads. They're your Facebook friends. Leads are people that want to do business with you. So absolutely, everybody who joins your Facebook group is a lead. Now, another important area on your Facebook personal page is we're going to go back to the personal profile in just a second, but we're going to come down to right below where my name is. You can see right underneath my name, it says, I help solopreneurs grow 5 and 6 figures organically online. And then I link directly to, you guessed it, my free Facebook group. This section here on your profile is called your introduction. Make sure that you are showing people or telling people exactly what it is that you offer. I help overworked executives support their health and wellness. And then you could put the link to your Facebook group that way. And this link right here is actually clickable. So if I came to your page and I saw, wow, that is something that is of interest to me, I want to utilize these products, I want to get healthier or even wealthier this year, I absolutely want to join this free group. Then they'll be able to click that and they'll be led directly to your Facebook group. So the next thing that I want to look at here is our profile photo. So very similar to our cover image here, our profile photo is going to do something similar. So your profile photo is actually the #1 most clicked photo on your personal Facebook page. That means that when people come to your page, they're more likely than not going to click on your profile photo. This is why your profile photo absolutely needs to be a great photo of you. It doesn't have to be professional. Mine's a professional one, but it just needs to be a photo of you looking happy and smiling, and also just of you. I love seeing photos of families. I love seeing photos of people with their pets, but people are doing business with people and they want to see exactly who they're connecting with. So if we know that people are going to click on our profile photo, we need to make sure that our page is speaking for us. Again, this is another piece of prime real estate that we can talk about our business. So when somebody actually opens up my personal profile, they get this message included with the photo. So this is just updating my caption. Hi, I'm Lindsay Tompkins, a social media trainer and business coach. If you're checking out this message right now, I want to invite you to join my free group, the Solopreneur Suite. I offer free training and support for your small business or a network marketing gig. PM me if you want to learn more. So not only can they click directly on that bolded title, the Solopreneur Suite, to join my group, if they're serious about wanting to learn more, I'm inviting them to private message me. This is what I mean when I say, can you imagine a business where people reach out to you and you don't have to go chase people down? Your job is to see the people, generate traffic and interest, lead people back to your social media and to the places that you want them to go, like your Facebook group, and then close and convert them. So it's important that while you are out and about, it's like, this is like your virtual business card. Your whole entire personal profile is your business card, as well as your business page. So make sure that you are talking about your business on it. I don't want you to hide the fact that you are in business with Sunwriter. I don't want you to hide the fact that you're in business at all. I want you to be loud and proud about it. So utilize those areas to take advantage of the time that people are spending on your profile. So a little recap on the different types of content for your personal page. This is going to be lifestyle posts and about you. It could be quick tips about the product. It could be you using the product. Maybe there's a product that you love that you use every single morning. Hop on a Facebook Live and actually use the product and talk to your audience. Other content could be marketing your Facebook group, so letting people know what's going on in there. Maybe you do a Facebook Live in your Facebook group every single week where you do a product highlight of the week. Let people know that they have the option to join your group and really help lead people in there, as well as inspirational posts and vulnerability. I love the word vulnerability. In fact, I believe that the secret sauce to success in both business and in life is the courage to be vulnerable. When we're vulnerable and we let people in on our personal story, it becomes a personal testimony. When people can see themselves in us, they are more likely to want to do business with us. Becoming relatable and inspirational at the same time is our two amazing ingredients for success. So show up on your personal page. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Let people see who you are, because people are going to do business with people they want to be friends with. All right, so let's look now at our business page. So as I mentioned, when it comes to the business page, it's really, Facebook zero. It's really difficult to reach people there. This is why I want you to keep it fairly consistent. I want you to lead people down the funnel. So to get into your group or to get them directly into a sale, because remember, you're not going to be utilizing the 90-10 rule necessarily here with lifestyle. You're going to be talking about the products. You're going to be talking about things that are going on in your Facebook group. Maybe, for example, we're in the month of July currently, and let's say you want to do a challenge about the summer skincare line, and you want people to grab these skincare products and they are going to use it every single day. You're actually going to coach them to use it every single day. You can post to your business page like, hey, are you trying to protect yourself, you and your family, more this summer? Do you constantly forget to use your summer skincare products and SPF? Then join my free Facebook group where I will help keep you accountable this month with some of the very best products in the marketplace today. People will join that group. You're going to move them in there, or as I mentioned, directly into a sale. So we're going to move on to the Facebook group. I know we spend a lot of time on the personal profile, but not as much on the business, but that's because I think the business is fairly self-explanatory. I want you to post about the products, and I want you to take a sigh of relief that you do not have to stress out anymore about your organic reach there. We know that it's down, so you are going to just be posting there for people who do end up there, but your goal is to find people to get into your Facebook group. That is your main mission every single day. So when we want to build a profitable Facebook group, there's a few things that we want to take into consideration. Number one, our Facebook group needs to be a closed or private Facebook community for your leads and current customers. So the reason why we want to have it closed or private is that we want people to have to actually join the Facebook group to see your content. If you had it public, that would mean that people would be able to come to your group and look at all of your posts without having to request to be there. That's really important, as I mentioned, because we want to keep track of our leads and our interests. And if what we're doing is really working. And so you want people actually requesting to join there. Another reason why that it's great to have a closed and private group is that you can utilize questions. So these are membership questions that people need to answer before you allow them into the group. Now, these don't have to be skill testing questions or, like bed mass or something for them, a riddle for them to solve. These are going to be questions that help you gather more information about them. So say, for example, you could say, what is your email address? If you want to collect email addresses, you could post something in there like, have you ever heard of Sunrider before? Yes or no. Or it could be on a scale of 1 to 5, rate how happy you are with your health and wellness right now. If they said 5, they feel amazing, then you know that you're working with people that are very healthy, they take care of their health. And so you're going to want to talk to them about maybe some of the, larger collections that you have, or, really helping them build out their health and wellness budget and getting the right products into their hands. If they say 1, you know that these are brand new beginners that absolutely need the product, but you're going to slowly help them in there as well. So it'll really help inform your content. Are these people that are brand new to health and wellness, or are these people that know a lot about it? And you'll be able to gauge what you want to post and share about. Another great reason that I love utilizing a Facebook group is that we can offer monthly challenges to promote accountability and product sales. Now, I mentioned earlier that it's not just about selling the product, it's actually selling the habit. It can be very, very easy to sell a product to somebody. When you are in the zone and you are in your pure genius and you're in an amazing conversation, the motivation is high. You're great at selling, you're talking to them about the product, you're building their interest. They're really excited, so they say yes. What happens is by the time that they get their product in the mail, their excitement level has already started to fade. We know that excitement fades after 2 days. So when you're even looking at a method of follow-up, the 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months is really important, because we have to keep that excitement alive about us and about Sunrider. So knowing that, when it comes to our Facebook group, another perk about getting the products with you is that they get to join this Facebook accountability. Think about it. How many times have you bought a product to just have it sit under maybe your bathroom cabinets, or in a cabinet in your kitchen, or in a drawer somewhere? You get excited, you buy the product. Let's say, for example, you buy supplements or you buy a skincare line, and you're excited because the person who sold it to you really made you believe that these are the products for you. You get them in the mail, your excitement peaks a little bit, maybe about 10 days to 2 weeks later. But what happens is, let's say, for example, they already have skincare that they're currently using. People want to be smart shoppers, right? And so what happens is they go, I'm going to start using my new Sunrider products when I finish the current products that I have. But the problem and the issue with that is most people live their life on autopilot. And I say most people, but I really mean all people. In fact, 90% of our day is spent totally in our subconscious on autopilot. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it means that we're not intentionally choosing some of our decisions throughout the day. So let's say, for example, I bought product from you and I'm really excited. You got me really pumped up about it. And I really believe that this is going to help change my health and wellness. My excitement starts to fade after about a week, but then I get the product in the mail and I'm excited again. However, I have similar product that I'm currently using, and I say to myself, I'm going to finish up what I have, and then I'm going to move over to my Sunrider product. But because I live most of my life on autopilot, the next time that I go to the grocery store or to somewhere like Walmart or Target or Whole Foods or any sort of health and wellness store, I'm on autopilot, which means that I am likely to buy the products that I've used over and over again. And in fact, your products are sitting in my kitchen cabinet somewhere, and I'm only going to find it when it comes to spring cleaning. then I'm not going to be excited that I found all of these products from you. I'm going to feel disappointed. I'm going to feel disappointed that I felt like I wasted my money on buying product that I never even used. Then maybe after that, I run into a friend and somehow Sunwriter comes up and they say, oh, don't even bother buying that because I bought it and I never even used it. So when your customers are buying product from you and not using it, it's a disservice not only to their own health and wellness, but also to your business. This is why I love Facebook groups, because you can help keep people accountable. If people are buying products from you, one of the first things that they should do, and you should tell them to do in your Facebook group, is to take a photo of them getting rid of their old product. Tell them it may seem like you're being a smart shopper by holding onto that product, but what you're just doing is prolonging your results. You can say, do you know what? You don't even have to throw those out, but I want you to tuck those products away for later. I want you to get started on your Sunwriter products today. Then a part of what you do in your Facebook group is just that accountability. Did you use the product today? Did you have a Sunwriter day? It's keeping your product and your business and you as a person top of mind so that they do continue to buy from you. And people that are buying from us and are preferred customers, they are the people that are most likely to become an IBO. It's easier to sell to people who are already buying with us. And so have really great customer service and customer care. I love, instead of even using the word customer, I love using the word client. A customer is a transactional moment. It is something that, they give us money and then we give them a product. But a client is somebody that you work with on an ongoing basis. A client is somebody that you're coaching towards success. If you look at all of your customers this way, they're not only going to be using the product and you're going to get more referrals and testimonials from that, but you're going to keep them on the products longer and then hopefully invite them into the business as an IBO. So other things I love about Facebook groups is that you can use monthly events to upsell products. So you can create an event every single month right in your Facebook group. And you can use Facebook Live and you can go hop on live and talk to your entire group and do a product focus. You can say, hey, I'm focusing on this product this month. This is why it's really great. And this is why you all need to add this to your list of things to grab for this month. It allows you to have essentially a product information meeting, or, some people may call it something like a home party or an event with your followers. It allows you to start selling and not just marketing. It's really great for follow-up sales as well. Your Facebook group is also going to create a sense of community, and you can offer special content in there. So say, for example, you want to do a checklist, a healthy guide checklist, and it's something that you're going to use to help lead people into your group. So I'm going into that gardening group, for example, every morning. And when somebody goes to my personal page, they can see my cover photo. They can see that I'm leading people towards my group. I'm telling people if they need support in their health and wellness journey, they can join my free support and accountability group here. And then on my personal profile and on my business page, I'm letting people know that I created a free checklist. And in order for them to grab that free checklist, they just need to go ahead and join my free Facebook group. You can host that content you create in the Files tab or in the Guides section. So like I mentioned at the beginning, if you are brand new to social media, take these one step at a time. But if you are already running with social media and you are really wanting to level up, doing something like this can be a huge benefit. Again, we're creating that funnel and that system. We're using TLC, traffic, leads, and conversions to build our business, to turn social media into an income-producing activity. And we are creating a funnel system so we know how to show up and how they all support each other. I build the friendship on the personal page. I let people know about the business on the business page, and I create this amazing community in the group. Plus, anyone who's in my group, then I'll be able to connect with them one-on-one. So as I mentioned, how to manage this is daily accountability. So this could be something that you post every single day. Did you use Sunwriter today, or a reminder to use your products? Or you could have something that goes once a week, or you can schedule posts in advance. Another great way to manage your group is to pick a monthly theme. This way that everyone knows what they're focusing on for the month of July or for the month of August. You can create a fun challenge using your products to not only boost your sales and get people buying the product, but actually using them and starting to see a transformation. All you really need is one piece of strong content per week. You absolutely do not need to be posting huge value every single day. Do one Facebook Live a week. And then you want to engage. You want to make sure that you're commenting back to people. You're allowing conversations to start. If you really manage this like a community, the great thing is that hopefully people in your group will also post in there. They'll ask questions. They'll connect with other people about living a healthy lifestyle. It's not just about the product. It could be about, how do you guys fit in more fitness into your routine every day? Or what are some personal development books you're all reading? Or I'm having a hard time falling asleep. What do you guys do to get a better night's rest? How do you, what does your evening routine look like? You want them communicating with each other and creating a sense of community and camaraderie. It's going to be better, much, much better for your business. And so finally, we have private messages. So we can use private messages to connect more intimately with our leads and our current customers. So anyone who joins that Facebook group and anyone who's buying from us or is on our team, we want to be utilizing private messages as a part of our strategy. So if every day you're posting to your personal page and, we're doing a weekly Facebook Live and doing some daily accountability within the group, you want to allot some time to sending some private messages. And so this could be, anywhere from 15 to 2 hours a day, depending on how much time you have to allot to your business. But make sure you are spending time in private messages, messaging people that are your warm and hot leads. Always utilize your one-on-one follow-up. And plus, these private messages can help you really build your network and referrals. Not only are you providing amazing customer service by connecting with them, every one-on-one conversation should be turned into a one-to-many opportunity by asking the question, who do you know who? I'm going to repeat that one more time. Every one-on-one conversation you have should be turned into a one-to-many opportunity by asking, who do you know who? Asking for referrals is a huge part of this business. And when you are in these private messages, that's the easiest time to do it. Whether you're thanking someone for their order, or you're thanking them for watching a Facebook Live or partaking in a challenge that you did in your Facebook group or community, always be sure to ask, who do you know who is looking for something just like this? I'm sure that they will have many friends. And this is how you'll close. So I wanted to give you guys actually a script example of how this might go. So let's pretend you are reaching out to somebody who's a current customer. Hey, Amanda, just wanted to check in with you about your products and how you've been enjoying them. Do you have any questions? They could be about how to use them, when to use them, how to remember to use them, LOL, etc. So what I love about this is you're just checking in, but you're giving her some examples of questions she may have. Sometimes if we just say, hey, Amanda, just wanted to check in. Do you have any questions? They'll say, no, I don't think so. I'm okay, thanks. But we really want to lead them into it. So offering those different examples can really help them go, yeah, actually, now that you mention it, I'm not using them really consistently. How do I create that new habit? But let's pretend Amanda said that she doesn't have any questions, because a lot of people may just respond, nope, I'm good, thanks. So here's how this conversation can flow. Amanda says, hey, okay, seriously, I'm loving them. Having a new routine has been really helpful. And I actually got my husband on board with the products too. I don't think I have any specific questions right now. We're doing awesome. Now, what's great about getting more information is when you're in this sort of conversation with somebody online, you need to be listening. So Amanda just told you she's also got her husband on board with the products, which means if typically, say, for example, a product that you sold to her will typically last someone 30 days. If she's now sharing it with her husband, you know that she's going to only get about 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks worth of the product, which means you need to follow up much sooner with her to get another order in, or to make sure she has all the products that she needs, or saying, do you want me to add more to your order next time so that your husband has his own? So make sure that you are listening. So if she said, we're doing awesome, a lot of you would say, that's so great. Well, let me know if you ever have any questions. But we want to turn a one-on-one conversation into a one-to-many opportunity. So you may say something like, amazing, I'm so glad that you're loving them. Thanks for being one of my awesome customers. Hey, quick question. Do you think your friends would be interested in the product? Because if Amanda's saying that she loves them, chances are people who are similar to her, like her friends, will also love that. She may respond back with something like, definitely, my friends and I are always trying to be more health conscious. We fail a lot though. So this example of a script, by the way, is actually a script or a conversation that I had when I was in the field. So I mentioned that I've been in the direct sales industry for the last decade. I have been on the corporate side as a marketing manager for a corporate direct sales company, but I've also been in the field, just like you, building a business as a leader. And so this actually is one of the conversations that I had with a customer. So this is not just a made up example, it is a real world example. So she said, we fail a lot though. Great, that's great information for me to know. So I can respond with something like, great, well, how about running a challenge together? That way I can introduce you to even more products you may not have seen yet. Plus, your friends will love you for putting this together. We can all work towards taking better care of ourselves on a more consistent basis. I know accountability can be the missing link for a lot of people. It'll be a lot of fun, and I do most of the work. You just have to invite your friends to a private group we can set up. How does that sound? Amanda says, yeah, sure. Why not? So we turned this one-on-one conversation into a one-to-many opportunity by asking, who do you know who? Or who else can we bring into this interaction together, into this relationship? And you know that she's going to have more fun doing this with her friends as well. And suddenly you have 6 people getting onto the product instead of just working with Amanda. Another great tip is remember your contact's friends, so Amanda's friends, could be the start of their new business. Make sure to always offer the opportunity to become an IBO and earn additional income. Say she goes out and she gets you 7 friends who want to do a challenge where they all buy the same product and they use it every single day and keep each other accountable. You can say to Amanda, Amanda, look how easy it was for you to share this product with other people. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? But let's go through one more example together before we wrap up our training. I want to show you an example of somebody who's not your customer. So say you are on your personal page or in your group and you're doing a Facebook Live. And let's just pretend that that Facebook Live's title was, do you want to get healthier and wealthier in 2021? Tune in for more information. This is so exciting. Somebody sees that and they're like, well, wow, what are they talking about? I want to see how I can possibly get healthier and wealthier this year. So let's look at this script example between Dave and Michael. So Dave does the Facebook Live and he sees that Michael comes onto the Facebook Live. So he gets that little notification, Michael is watching. Michael doesn't even need to necessarily comment or like the video. We just have made a mental note that he even just popped on. You could send him a message after you're done the Facebook Live saying something like, hey, Michael, thanks for tuning into my Facebook Live today. I can assume that you may have an interest in building your health and wealth this year. Which one speaks to you more? Do you want to get healthier or wealthier? I really like this example of what we titled the Facebook Live of do you want to get healthier or wealthier in 2021? Tune in to find out. Is that you can now go to Michael with this question. Instead of just saying, oh, you know, I saw that you're on my Facebook Live. Do you have any questions? Most people will politely say, no, no thanks. Or, oh, I didn't really get to check it out. Or they may just not even respond at all. You're going to a yes or no question or into an either or question, you know, more specifically. That way you're going to get a guaranteed answer from them. Michael says, hey, Dave, no problem. I only got to catch part of it, but was definitely interested in what you've been doing on the business side of things. My job doesn't offer overtime hours anymore, so I have been looking for a side gig. Dave says, oh, no problem at all. I know it can be hard to catch a live sometimes. I would love to hop on a one-on-one call with you to walk you through what I did on the Facebook Live, but more personalized to what you're looking for and where you're at. I'm looking for people to coach to do what I do. This could definitely align with what you're looking for. Why don't we set up a call? It would be great to catch up with you. Does Tuesday at 11 a.m. or Thursday at 7 p.m. work for you? Michael says Tuesday works. And so what I love about this interaction is that you're not just saying, oh, you know, like, why don't you just go watch the Facebook Live? Or I'd love to hop on a call with you to talk about it. If you just said that instead of adding in the, but more personalized to what you're looking for, Michael might respond, oh, it's okay. My schedule's fairly busy. I'll just give the Facebook Live a watch later if I have time, and I'll just let you know if I have any questions. You don't want him to spend that time watching the Facebook Live. In fact, you want to just get directly into that one-on-one conversation. Now, the other most important part of this is asking for the time for the follow-up. If you do not have the follow-up call scheduled, you don't really have the lead. So it could say, do you have time right now? Or does another time like Tuesday at 11 or Thursday at 7 work for you? You want to give those options so that they can select one of them. Again, your goal here is not necessarily to get somebody to join right in this conversation. It's to schedule your follow-up call. And that is where you're going to convert and close them. So we said Tuesday works. You say, great. In the meantime, I'm going to send you a link to check out more information. Give that a look over, and I will call you tomorrow. What number is best? So in the meantime, you want to give them some information about the business, about Sunrider, for them to look over. That way, when you do connect with them, they will have questions that you can answer. And so that's a really, really great example of, okay, so I'm doing, you know, a Facebook Live, or I'm creating content. I don't know how to reach out to people. Anyone who likes your posts, comments, or watches your Facebook Lives, or especially joins your Facebook group, are amazing people to reach out to. So again, a quick overview. We have our Facebook funnel utilizing TLC, traffic, leads, and conversion. Our personal profile is at attraction and lifestyle. This is usually going to be the first point of contact for people. We lead them to our business page from our personal page, where they get to click that occupation section where you can link your Facebook business page, or maybe you're just talking about it. They're able to check out more of what you do. The main goal, getting them to join your Facebook community so that they can be involved. They can see more about the product. You can speak to them more specifically about the opportunity, and you can really have those and coach to those habits and accountability. And then anyone who joins in there or connects with your content, you want to get into a private message. This is going to be your flow for social media. So I hope now that at the end of this training that you don't feel like you're just hopping on Facebook every single day and you don't have direction and you don't know what to do. It's a really duplicable, easy system, not only for you and your business, but also to share with new people that come onto your team. Hey, this is how we grow on social media. We need to have that TLC. We need to find people, so traffic, turn them into a lead, get them interested, and then we close them. And we do that by connecting on our personal page, by highlighting our business there with our business billboard, adding the caption to our cover photo and our personal page, leading people into our Facebook group, and really building that solid community where we're talking about Sunrider and we're building the interest. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your event. I absolutely loved hanging out here with all of you today. Thank you so, so much for having me. I believe in all of you. You can do this. It is not as hard as you think. And I hope that today made it a lot more simple. Again, if you're brand new or if you're really unfamiliar with social media, start small. There's always room to grow. Thank you so much for having me.